Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a poor orphan boy named Dick Whittington. He had no family, no money, and no home of his own, but he had something far more powerful. People in his village often spoke of London, a magical city where they believed the streets were paved with gold. To most, it was just a story, but Dick believed. He believed that with courage and determination, he could build a better life. So one day, with nothing but hope in his heart, Dick set off on foot toward the great city. He walked for days, tired and hungry, but he didn't give up. At last, he arrived in London, only to discover the streets were not made of gold, but of hard stone and even harder realities. Still, Dick didn't lose heart. With nowhere to go, he fell asleep on the steps of a large house. Fate was kind to him that day. The house belonged to a wealthy businessman who saw something special in Dick and gave him a job in his kitchen. Dick worked tirelessly. He was honest, polite, and never complained. For the first time in his life, he had food to eat and a warm place to sleep. But every night, rats ran wild in the kitchen and kept him awake. Instead of giving in to frustration, Dick took action. He saved up his small earnings and found the fastest, smartest rat-catching cat in all of London. The cat cleared the kitchen of rats, and Dick finally had peaceful nights. Word of the amazing cat reached the businessman, who asked if he could take it on a ship to deal with a rat problem overseas. Dick agreed, even though it meant saying goodbye to the cat he'd grown to love. But while the businessman was away, not everyone was kind. The other servants were cruel, and Dick felt alone once again. Hurt and discouraged, he made a painful decision to leave London. As he walked away, wondering if he had made a mistake, he passed a great church. The bells rang out, and in their chime, Dick thought he heard the words, "Turn back, Dick Whittington, Mayor of London." He paused. Maybe, just maybe, his story wasn't over yet. With fresh courage, Dick turned back. Soon after, the businessman returned, overjoyed. The cat had become a hero, catching all the rats on the ship, even in faraway lands, to thank Dick. The businessman gave him a generous reward and made him his assistant. Dick continued to work hard, learning everything he could. He grew wiser, stronger, and more confident with each passing day. In time, he fell in love and married the businessman's daughter. Together, they built a thriving business. And yes, just as the bells had promised Dick, Whittington became the Mayor of London. From a boy with nothing to a man who achieved everything. His journey teaches us this: believe in your dreams, work with heart, and never give up, because sometimes even the wildest dreams can come true.